Mm-hmm. All right, welcome everybody. We are here with Rachel and Aaron. Um, I'm gonna bring them in here in a second, but I just want to introduce them. Rachel, this is her first year trapping, so let's be nice to her and welcome her in. Um, so here she is. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Hey Jeff, good. How are you?
Not too bad. Aaron, how are you, big guy?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Man, you got the Christmas trees and stuff set up in the back, don't you?
It's what we've
Yep.
done all weekend.
There you
Yep.
go. There you go. So we'll get started here. Let's see. So tell us about yourself, Rachel, like a short summary. You don't have to go into huge detail, but just give us, your background and I guess why you thought trapping would be a good idea.
Well, I thought it would be a good idea. I still think it's a good idea. I'm excited to try it,
Yeah.
but I grew up in Buckland, really small town. Right
Go
now, I
Bulldogs.
currently live in Go Bulldog. Yeah, you got it. Right now, I live in Macon, so I'm a Tiger now, slash Unionville, so a midget as well.
Putnam
Um,
County, right?
yes, Putnam County.
Yeah.
I honestly got into the trapping idea because of him.
Hmm.
I was trying to impress him, I guess. Actually, no, he took me with him one time when I first started seeing him, and we set lines, and I thought it was kind of fun. So he talked me into hunting this year. So this is my first year hunting as well.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
did.
didn't go. It didn't go so hot, but I did it. I'll
That's
do
what
it
I
again.
heard.
It's fun.
That's what I heard. But we
Other
can
than that, I
talk
got a
about that here in a
16-year-old
minute.
kid. That's all I got, really.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and he's in band. He's quite the band.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
is. He's really talented. He really is.
yeah.
I'm
Good,
pretty proud of him.
good. You should be. You should be.
I
He's
am
a
for
damn
sure.
good kid. Damn good
He
kid.
is.
Yeah.
He is.
So, Aaron, since you're on here, tell us about yourself.
Oh, I'm from Unionville, Missouri, and I don't know. I picked up trapping. I work with a bunch of guys up there, at Lockridge and Unionville, and we started doing a little trapping around the store. We had some pests and stuff like that. So one of the first animals I caught was a red fox, and I kind of got hooked with it and ran with it, and found out it's a very expensive hobby, but it's fun.
Very, very. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm not doing too bad. I'm off to a slow start this year. I've got, let's see, I think two coons and a possum. So no coyotes or bobcats yet, but we'll slowly get worked into those hopefully. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so Rachel, how do we know each other? What is our connection?
Let's see. I would say through Millicent, your wife, and
Uh-huh.
Pam, your lovely mother-in-law. I worked with both of them. I still work with Pam,
Yep. So
and I've just met you. They're kind of family now. It seems like we all are connected that way.
yeah, we run the
Considering my
same
family.
circles. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
And I just dragged Aaron along into it. So
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, we're glad to have you in the family. We appreciate it. You're a lot of fun. You're wild and crazy, and that's fits in real well with our family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Knowing you is what got me right here
yeah,
with that in my mouth.
yeah. Oh well, yeah, yeah. I don't have any room to talk there. I'm the same way. So, but but no. So you said that Aaron kind of got you into trapping because you tagged along with him and stuff like that, and he got you into hunting. Um,
Mhm.
what other interests do you have? Other, I mean, you're a mother, so you're always doing, the school stuff with your son, and but are there any other things you like to do other, for
Oh yeah.
yourself?
Oh yeah. I would say kayaking now. We picked up that. and fishing along with it. I was more geared towards the kayaking part of it, but then he liked the fishing side, so I started doing that and kind of got hooked on it. So I would say that's going to be probably my new hobby, one of my new hobbies.
Yeah.
Starting a new hobby.
Starting that. I would say anything garden related. You can see all the ton of flowers I have, or plants, flowers, anything like that. I'm into that part of it. Floating, being outdoors. I mean, I do enjoy it. Anything I can do where I can be outdoors, I'm probably going to be trying to do it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So, so you've always been into outdoor stuff, I take it, even as a young kid. I mean,
Oh yeah.
see, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't into hunting. I mean, we fished when I was a kid, but you know, the hunting and the trapping, I picked that up later in life. Like hunting, you know, I went with some buddies in high school. That was my first experience deer hunting or squirrel hunting or, you know, even coyote hunting. You know, I didn't,
Yeah.
and I didn't pick trapping up until, you know, I was a bow hunter, and then kind of the CWD wiped a bunch of deer out, and then I wasn't any deer to hunt, so I switched over to trapping. So,
Yeah.
but no, let's see. We're kind of burning through these questions pretty quick.
Well, I would say for me, I never did hunt growing up. My dad did when I was young, when I was little, like before I could go along or tag along with. He did the hunting part of it. Fishing, I always did that with my grandma and my dad. So I was more into that part of it, but I've always been into animals and critters and catching things. Like my mom called me Ellie Mae. So, I mean, it just kind of, I mean, that's just how I was. So when he was doing that kind of stuff and getting outdoorsy, it excited me because I like to do that stuff. And honestly, I have no complaints. Like hunting, I enjoyed it. I had tons of fun doing that.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of hooked on it. I will say I will do it again
it's
next year for sure.
it's exciting. It can be boring at first, like nothing happening, and then boom, it's all action, you know, right away.
Yeah. And I will say I was kind of sad / grumpy when I didn't get my first deer because it was a really nice one and I was pretty proud of it. And then I didn't actually kill it. I just wounded it. Someone else took it down.
Can you talk about that? Is that
I kind of healed, so I think I can talk about it now.
okay?
But it did hurt me. It was, I mean, I waited all day long. My first one I blew, we saw a buck. And, you know, normally everyone's like, oh, there's a buck, shoot it. I was being super picky because all I could think was if I'm going to have to mess with it, I want it to be like my perfect deer. So I kind of passed a couple early that morning that weren't that big. And then as we were calling it to go take lunch and get out of the stand for a little bit, we were walking to the truck and I turned around and saw a buck come up the hill. And I was like, there's a buck. So he stopped. He's like, yeah, that's a nice buck. So I'm already trying to walk and it's cold and I'm not in the best shape of my life. So I'm winded. And he comes up and he's just standing in front of us, like looking right at us. So Aaron's like, that's a nice buck. That's a nice buck. So I'm like, do I shoot it? He's like, it's a really nice buck. Well, he never actually said, just shoot it. So I just stood there like, okay, do I do it or don't I? Perfect shot. Should have done it. And then about the time I decided I was going to shoot it, I brought the gun up and it's his gun because he bought me a new one last weekend, but I was using his at the time. Couldn't find it in the scope. Couldn't find it at all. And by that time, Aaron's like, he's going to go. Well, he did. He walked away. Probably the best deer I could have shot out of the whole time that we hunted, but I didn't take that opportunity. Then later that night, right as it was getting ready to be at the end of the day, I saw the one that I shot at. And I shot it. It dropped. I thought I got it. Got super excited. Didn't even think that, hey, I might need to shoot it a second time. He kept telling me it was moving. I didn't listen. Lo and behold, it didn't die and it got away. And the next day it was coming back up over the hill on our side and somebody shot it that was on the other side of the fence. So yeah. So, and then I just wasn't happy with the rest of them. I took another shot the next day and I didn't hit that one, but it really wasn't the one I wanted. But so I guess next year I'm gonna practice. I think we are going to hunt does, I think.
Yeah.
So I can get that on my system and learn what I'm doing.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
But anyways, let's see what else. I mean, what in your mind what are you expecting your first year as a trapper? Because are you gonna just water trap or are you gonna land trap?
I want to do both. I hope he takes me coyote hunting. I did go with him one time last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
We went and did that, but we didn't see anything. But I'm kind of hoping to do that. I would do, I don't know, a beaver is my goal. I really
Yep.
want to trap a beaver.
Yep.
Don't know why, but that interests me the most. So I feel like I want to try that. I don't know. I'm open to about anything, honestly.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to get her in the backyard and get her practicing bedding those traps, Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had thought about that this fall, just trying to have a practice on it.
Yep. Because it's frustrating, to fight and try to get it to where it's not rocking, but
Yep.
there's some tricks to it.
Very.
There's tricks
Yep.
to, like, I carry like 2.5-inch roofing nails, and I'll put those down. Like, I'll take the head of the nail and I'll push it down right over the lip of the jaw of the trap, so it'll hold it down. And then when the trap goes off, it'll blow right past that nail, and the nail just stays in the ground. You got to kind of be careful where you do that, if there's a lot of, on somebody's tire, but that's a tip. If you can't get it bedded and you're in a hurry, some people put the nails under the jaws and set the jaws on top of the nail head. You can do that, but I just don't. You're gonna get frustrated. I guarantee it. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna
Oh,
want to
yeah.
quit, but you'll.
I know there's a lot of times I said I'm gonna quit doing it, but like, all right, one more day, and then you get something and it hooks you again. You're like, okay,
Yeah, it's
all
like
right, I'm not quitting right now.
it's like Christmas. Every day, you're heading out to check traps. You're like, oh, I wonder if I got anything.
Yeah,
And you get out there and you're just like, I didn't catch anything. But you don't. I mean, all these videos, like my videos, all you see is the catches. Nobody sees the 900 times that you're driving past, looking at your set, and like, well, nothing there, oh, nothing there, But yeah,
yeah,
it's frustrating. Just don't give up. I think you'll like the water trapping because it's
Yeah.
more. It's not as technical. You see a muskrat run,
Mhm.
you just put that 110 in that run and prop it up, and so it's
That was the first thing we ever attempted was muskrat.
Yeah.
And I set traps with him. Of course, he didn't get anything that I was only there. I think we set him and we checked him the next day and there wasn't anything. But then the day after he had some, but
yeah.
I would definitely do it again. I
Oh, you're going
enjoyed
to.
it.
The goal
Oh, I'm going to. Yeah.
is 300
Yeah.
muskrats,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you're gonna come down and stay a weekend, and we're gonna go beaver trapping. So
Yeah. I got some work to do.
yeah, that's all right. Hey, 30. If you can get 10 a day in a month, you're there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gave you the best start a girl can have. I gave you that colony trap.
He gave me that colony trap. Yes.
Yeah. So,
And
which
to
I
be
gotta go.
honest, he has looked at ordering more traps
Yeah.
for different various sizes. We just looked the other day too. So
So what'd you
I
order,
think he
Aaron?
did- what did you order?
What did we order?
Yeah.
I haven't ordered them yet. I just got to push the confirm button. Like I said, it's those things like, gosh dang it. Just, I don't know.
You got a bigger trap, didn't you? A bigger live trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got some. We're gonna get some more colony traps and some bigger body grip traps and stuff. So
Like 330s.
yeah,
Stay away
Yeah.
from those 330s, Rachel. I don't like
Stay away
those.
from them.
Yeah. Yeah, because they'll break your arm. I don't like 330s. I do not.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. But I've
I'll
got
just
some
be the moral
setters.
support on that then.
Yeah. Yeah, I would do drowning. I'd do like a caster mound, put them on a drowning cable. That's what I'd do. That's the easiest. I mean, sometimes, I've caught otters in 330s, but I'm scared every time, like I forget to take safeties off and
yeah,
you come back and you're like, well, it's the trigger's not on, but the safeties are still on. It hasn't fired. I'm just like, ah. But I've got
Yeah.
I've got 330 you can have. I think I got 2 of them. And I think I got a 280. They've been hanging in my shed for 5 or 6 years. But I stick to like 110s, 155s, 160s, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but,
I got a bunch of 110s.
yeah.
Bunch of them.
I made a stand for mine one year, like a piece of rebar, and then I took I think it was like a 1/2 inch piece of metal conduit, and then I welded a nut on it, drilled a hole in it, welded a nut over it, and then made a little bolt that I could move it up and down on a piece of rebar, and
Mm-hmm.
that worked pretty good. It's like in the deep water,
Yep.
but
Make them forced to use it
Yeah.
and everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I made floats. I'm not a big floats they're a lot of work because then you got to wait
Mhm.
out there and crap. I mess with apples. That's what I always use. Just take an old apple and cut it in half and put on there. But
Yeah.
I've had the best luck with just 110s in the runs
Mhm.
and colony traps. I love colony traps.
Yeah, they're simple.
Yeah.
Just simple and get a lot more out of it. Instead of to just catch one, you're done. You know?
Yeah. You don't you won't plug a hole. Like you can catch 2, 3 if
Yep.
they're small. You're not
Yep.
plugging the hole up. Like with
Right.
that 110, you catch one. You're done until you reset it. But
Yep.
yeah,
That's what they're nice about.
yep, yeah. Well, oh, your man eater, he's upset. But
Heard something.
yeah, so do you have all the gear you need, Rachel? Do you have your hip waders, your chest waders, gloves?
No, I don't have all that yet.
Oh,
That's
man.
also in my cart. That's kind of, I think, my Christmas wish list, maybe.
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
presents, ideas.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. I have to get a
I
new.
do need to go with you and get like a list of like my must-haves because I don't, obviously, the stuff I don't necessarily need, I don't want to get that, but I'm sure
Oh.
there's stuff that I'm thinking that I don't have.
You never have too many trapping stuff.
That's right.
Okay,
Never.
you heard him say that.
Yeah, that's right. They're like, think of trapping supplies like you would think shoes. Are you a shoe girl? Do you have
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of shoes?
Oh yeah,
There you go. Same concept. Same concept.
Okay.
Traps and
I'm
shoes.
set then.
There you go.
I'm set.
Yep.
It's
But,
like a tool. You might need a tool. Then you don't buy it, and when you need it the next day.
True.
yep. This microphone is it echoing on your end?
No,
Am I hard
not
to
at
hear?
all. No.
I'm getting something back. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was getting a bunch of feedback. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, let's see. Where are we? Not prepared. So probably get some neoprene waders. I don't know how deep water are you going to be in, Aaron? Do you know usually?
I don't know. I've really never been over my knees. Really, I kind of.
So some hip waders would be all right.
I can't swim, so I don't get out there too deep.
Yeah.
But no, I'd take 2 to 3 foot, maybe, if that, or
Okay.
less.
So good pair of like hip waders.
Okay.
That would be my guess. Get her I forget what they're called, but the yellow like gauntlets. Big.
Yep.
Those are kind of warm. I've got a pair of black ones. I don't know where I got them, but they're stiff and they're hard.
Yeah,
The
That's how
yellow.
his are. I feel like I did put his on.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mine are stiff, and it seemed like it. I don't know. You can't hardly do anything.
Yeah.
You can do more work out of a primary glove than you can a
Yeah.
Gauntlet glove.
Yeah. You and I know what that is, but most everybody else doesn't. But yeah, the yellow. I want to say they're like Omnis or something like that. But
Okay.
those are the ones you want. Those are the first pair I had, and I thought I lost them, so I bought these black ones. And I didn't like the black ones. But the yellow ones, they're real easy they're like more like really thick dish gloves.
Okay.
And they're grippy, they're kind of roughed up.
Okay.
They got a hole where you can put string through it and wrap them over your shoulders, around your head, so you don't have to, wear them all the time. But lots of beaver caster. If you're gonna do like like castor mounds, you know, drown. Well, you're not. You're muskrat trapping. I was thinking beaver. Don't worry about the beaver caster
I
yet.
can't get to the beaver yet. I've
Yep.
got to start small.
300. Yeah, really, you don't need any lure for muskrats so much. Just 110s and give them hell.
Finding the runs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I picked up a pond this year. A guy called me. I trapped it years ago, and he said it's loaded with muskrats. So you guys will have to come hang out a weekend, and we'll give her hell. And whatever I catch, we'll put towards your total. How'd that be?
Okay, I'm all right with that.
Sounds like
I'm in.
All right. You don't get to keep muskrats, but the numbers.
All
I'll tell you what.
That'll
If
work.
you skin the muskrats, then you can have them.
Okay, I'll attempt it.
Okay. Yep.
I'll attempt it.
Muskrats are easy to do. They just stink really bad.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I didn't get really ever. I've seen them. I think once. The fur part of it, I felt that. A friend of ours has that, and we felt those. But I was hoping to get some that day we set lines, but
Yeah.
it wasn't until I was gone that we caught any. But
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. No, they don't. Themselves don't stink, but their stomach muscles are just so thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you pull them, like there's a certain way you've got to kind of manipulate them and pull their fur over their, midsection over to their front legs, but they can. You tear that belly open, it's gross.
Their hide grip's pretty easy too.
Yeah.
Just pull too hard.
Yep. But
I,
I've even got some muskrat stretchers somewhere. I think I let somebody borrow them. I'll have to see if I can get those back. But yeah, we'll get together. And I told that guy it would be, let's see, late January, mid-February, I think's what I told him. So we can jump in the truck and head out there. We can walk right to the ponds, and it's not that difficult. I think the ponds are 50, 60 yards off the road. We'll just hit them up and give them hell. So we'll get that planned. Yep.
Yep.
So
Sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm for it.
heck yeah. And then I probably should go ahead and get some Riverland lined up so we can, just in case you hit this 300 mark, we got a place to go. So
We did know a place in Unionville
Yeah.
that we knew that there was a beaver at. There's a slide
yeah, well,
that we saw.
beavers are like mosquitoes. Usually if just in muskrats, if there's one, there's more than one. There's usually
Yeah.
a couple or more, but yeah, I'd never seen a beaver, honestly, until I think I moved here. Because like La Plata, we didn't have any that I
Yeah.
ever saw. On the Sheraton River, I'm sure there's some, but I never heard anybody talk about them, and I can remember. So
Yeah.
Well.
I've seen it. I've seen one when I lived in the city, Platte City. We lived out the river there.
oh, you're
Platte
a
River.
Platte
There was
City?
one
You used to live there?
Yeah, I used to live there.
Yeah, I
In Brandon,
love
Florida.
that town. A
I
buddy,
loved it.
my buddy lived there. They just sold their house, and they're moving to Warsaw.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
No, I love that place. But yeah, when we lived there, we were up on the hill from the Platte River, and we'd walk down there. Brandon and I would, and there was a beaver that was down there. So that was the first one I ever really seen. But
So my buddy lived, where the post office is and the ball fields?
yeah,
You went up that hill and almost all the way out. I think it was on Gates Drive. He lived out there.
Yeah.
That's the area he lived in, out in that little. And then we
oh,
would,
that's cool.
yeah, that's where we'd go on the Missouri and stuff and
Is
fish.
that when you went for your fishing trip?
Yeah, we go stay with
Okay.
them. Yeah, we go to Leavenworth on the 92 bridge and a little campsite underneath the bridge. That's where we
Is it right
camp.
by the bridge?
Yep, down below.
Okay.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, man, it's a lot of fun. But so hopefully this year we can we'll be fishing on the I guess it's the Osage River, not the Missouri, because they're going to be living down there, I think. Hopefully
Yeah.
So that's instead of going to Platte City, it'll be Warsaw. But anyways, so what is something that you have accomplished in your life that you're really proud of that's not, trapping or outdoorsy
Well,
stuff?
I don't have any. I don't have any awesome stories for trapping or hunting yet, so I can't count that. Um, I don't know. I'd probably say my son. He's a good egg, so I'm going to say he's probably my proudest accomplishment.
Yep.
I guess my job, I enjoy it. I've got to meet a lot of good people. You get to see a lot of kids, you get to know them and grow up with them. They become your kids. So I'm pretty proud of that. I like this weekend, we went to a drive through and there was a couple of kids in there that were Calio kids and had when they were little and they were all excited to see me. So
Yeah.
that's always fun. I'd say that probably that would be my second.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Good. I know we've been in Moberly before, and kids have been like, "Hey, Mrs. Minton, how are you?" And I'm like, they go to school in, you know, Paris, and she's like, "No, they're from around Callio. They went to school
Yeah.
there." And of course, we forget years just roll by, but back then they were little kids,
Yes.
kindergarten, first
That's
graders,
what
and now they're big as us and adults
adults.
and driving around and just like,
Exactly.
wow. But yep, yep,
Time goes by fast.
it
Yeah.
does.
I would say
Yes.
that.
Well,
I would
good.
say that for sure. Because you get to see kids grow up, you get to see what they become and where they're at in life. And I'd say that's probably up there on my list of top things. You get to
Good.
see them grow and the fact that they remember you and can tell a time whenever they had a conversation with you or did something that they remember in school is pretty special.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It is. And it makes you feel good, that you've influenced somebody's life in a positive way to, where they will say hi, not like, oh,
Kind of
there's
would
that
you?
Jeff Mitten. Wow, that guy's a jerk,
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people that do that, but no,
Yeah, there's
no.
always some that probably would, but for the most part, most of everybody that I've met, and it seems like holiday time when everybody comes back, that's when we run into the most of them.
Hmm.
And so it's always fun. I enjoy that a lot. So
Yep. And you guys got to go see the lights at Latchford Lights, didn't you?
we did. We went, what, Friday night, I think? Yeah, because they started Thanksgiving. We didn't go over there Thanksgiving night, but we went over there Friday night.
Yeah, walk around.
Yep. He'd never been, so had to take him.
Yep. Yep. That's a must have if you're in north central Missouri.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
yep. Yep.
Never
So,
heard of Callie until I met her.
yep. Yep. But no, well, my buddy Joe, the one that lived in Platte City, he used to work at, I think it was the MFA in Callio years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right there by the bridge. Yeah, he worked there for years.
Okay.
See, it's
See, small world.
It is. It is. Yep. Let's see. What else? Oh, is there anything that you want to discuss or that you would like to ask about me?
Okay, yes. What is your favorite animal or trap? What thing to trap?
My favorite animal to trap is probably just I never specifically try to trap for bobcat. Everything I
Mhm.
do, I mean, I lure for bobcat, I'll put a bobcat lure out, but most of my sets are flat sets or dirt holes, or I'm really getting into this trench set, what they call a trench set. I'm really utilizing that a little more. Haven't caught much on it yet because I just started using it, but um, bobcats are probably my favorite. They're the most exciting to walk up on once you've trapped because I'm not trying for a bobcat. I'm trying for coyotes mainly, but a bobcat's just a bonus. So, as you can see, yeah, Bob back there, he
Yeah.
that was actually, let's see, was that the one? No, I caught that one, the one that's mounted, and then Milson was with me, and when I caught the female a couple days later, and that was the first time she had ever saw a bobcat. So, yeah, bobcats are definitely my favorite.
Okay. That's one of them. And what is your tried and true go-to as far as baits?
As far as baits, has to be like a fox gland, anything fox gland lure. That seems I have the best luck using a fox gland just because I think it's a little different. smell.
Okay.
A lot of people use urns. I'm not a big urn user, because that, in my opinion, I have more deer mess with my sets if I use urine because of the salt in the urine. So they're up there sniffing, and of course deer like salt, licking around, stepping, and they get into my sets. And I don't mind remaking a set if I've caught something, even a possum. I
Yeah.
don't mind remaking it, but I don't like doing it if deer stepped in it or a miss. Excuse me. If you get something that you didn't catch fully and it pulls the trap out, that's frustrating. But definitely fox gland lure, any bait. Um, Super stinky, bait is kind of what I like. Something a little skunky. Of course, everybody everybody says skunk is like, oh my god, that's horrible. Well, I mean, in a lure, it after a while, like 2 years of trapping, it doesn't stink anymore to me. It just smells like
Really?
super strong garlic. Yep, that's what it.
Like cologne.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I knew you caught. I did watch that when you caught the skunk. I
That
did
was an
watch that.
ordeal. That was
Yeah.
my neighbor to the east of me was so mad. Poor old guy. Of course, I caught it, and then I got a syringe and needle and took the remaining whatever essence it had left in it. I drew all it out, put it in a little glass jar, put it on a shelf, and it's still in my trapping shed. And then, of course, I cleaned up, the hide.
Yeah.
And he called me the next day, and he goes, Jeffrey, he goes, you have got to get rid of that skunk. He goes, it is stinking to high hell over here. I said, Jim, I was like, skunk is not here. I was like, it's gone. He goes, well, he goes, I can smell it in my house. And it was bad. I mean, anytime you stepped in the backyard, it was just like a cloud. But yeah, if you catch a skunk, let me know. I've got a good proven way to get the smell off the skunk.
Really?
It's amazing. Like if the dog gets sprayed, just
Hmm.
a box of baking soda, a jug of peroxide, and you just dump it in a bucket, and then a little Dawn dish soap, kind of swirl it around, rub that down, on your dog or dip your hide in it, swirl it around real good, and then rinse it off. You may have to do it 1 or 2 times, but yeah, that skunk, that's the one I trapped, and I tanned it, and it hangs down here. It doesn't stink at all. When I just washed
Doesn't
it
have a
once.
smell?
Nope.
Huh.
Nope. I'll let you smell it when you're here next time. But yeah.
Test it out.
Yeah. Or I'm telling you, if it smelled, my wife would not let me have it in the house. There's
It wouldn't
absolutely
be
no
in the
way.
house.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I forgot what was the question. Oh yeah,
Oh,
fox gland and yeah, skunky. Of course, when it gets cold, it gets really cold. That's when I start pouring the skunky stuff out because it's heavy and it hangs around. But yeah, fox gland and skunky bait. Those are my final answer.
Okay.
Final answer. So,
Those were my 2 questions that I thought of.
all right, Aaron, you got anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss, Aaron?
Oh, I don't know. I was prepared for this.
Yeah, you kind of got thrown in at the last minute, didn't
He
you?
did. He did.
Nah, I mean, I agree. I mean, skunk stuff is pretty good stuff. There's a couple guys from southern Missouri down by Arkansas. They sell stuff called buffalo oil,
Mm-hmm.
and they make their own stuff. And Bobby Doris is his name, and he's
Yep.
part of that.
Old
I
South
remember-
Lures?
What's that?
Old South Lures. I
Yeah,
think that's yep. I got some of their stuff. Yep.
yeah. I like to use that when I trap that. Anything on the ground or whatever. It works pretty good.
Yeah.
Caught a double red foxes, one time with it, and it helped out. I mean, bobcats, I mean, you name it, I mean, it worked good. But now I can't think of any questions, but I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I was just here to watch full sport.
Yep. That's good. That's good. That's good. But
But no, we'll try to work on that 300 and get it put behind us. And
yeah, I think we should lower that number You think we ought to set a little lower? We were in the adult beverages that night. We come up with that number.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little ways in, a little
Yeah.
ways in.
So what do you think, Aaron? Do you think, I don't know, you think 50 or 25, or you think that's a little more manageable?
Yeah. Yeah, 25.
25?
Yeah.
Okay. All
50,
right. Well,
50 be a good number. 25, that's pretty solid.
I think, I mean, we're trying to get new people into trapping, so I think we should set it at 20.
Yeah.
20?
20. Is that agreeable, Aaron, you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
You agree to take me so I can get
Yeah.
the 20?
You'll get your 20.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'll try to get some beaver land lined up, see if we can get there, and I'm sure we can. I hope. I don't think anybody else is trapping it, but we won't have to if the worst thing happens, we'll have to stop at a bridge, crawl down the bridge, and just walk down the bank. That's worst case scenario, but usually if you're talking about trapping beaver, they'll let you right in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
We have friends that, Albert and Mary, they got 3 this weekend.
And they got a big old
A
boy.
big one.
really.
Yeah, he was big. I don't know what he weighed, but he was big.
Okay, so here's another question. If we catch a small one, a young one, would you
Yes.
be willing to try it if I cook it up?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Eating it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
They think good eating.
It
I've never
is.
had it.
The one that I caught one, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. It was a smaller one. Excuse me. And I skinned it out, quartered it, took the back straps off of it, and cleaned it up, washed it off real good, threw it in a crock pot, little water, salt and pepper, garlic powder, 4 hours. And my girls tried it. Nightly tried it.
Yeah.
Nixa, they ate it. It was good. It was real beefy, kind of I might have threw some beef stock in there, which kind of helped it, but it wasn't
Yeah.
gamey. It was pretty good.
No, I'd try it.
All
I'm
right.
always.
I'd try it. The worst thing I've ever eaten was turtle, but they say it's in how it's made and prepared.
Yeah, I
So I'd
can't.
try it again, I guess, but I don't think anything could be as bad as that.
I've always heard that muskrats were good too.
They are good.
That's
that
what I've
too.
heard. I've never tried them, but I mean, you think about it, they're just a big beaver. I mean, they eat just
Yeah.
kind of the same things beaver eats. A little
I
grass.
don't know. I don't know if I could eat one catching out of a lagoon or not, but
Yeah.
that's why I catch a lot of them out of lagoons. So people and stuff. But
When we catch some out of this pond, we'll catch them out of a pond, so it won't be
Yeah.
as bad.
yeah,
I'd try that then, yes.
Okay, all right, that'll work. That'll work. But so are you ready for Christmas? You got all your shopping
No.
done?
No, haven't even started. No.
Haven't even started. I haven't either.
No.
So,
I mean, I'm ready as far as decorations. We finished that, but shopping wise, no. Not at all. Probably won't be until about a week before.
yeah.
I'll be
yeah.
honest.
Hold on.
yeah.
Sorry, I've been
Chris.
fighting that sinus infection. Ugh. But no, yeah. You know me. I'm a procrastinator. I waited till I don't know the night before I started waxing my traps. But so I'll probably wait till December 22nd and start ordering stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
No. But all right. I guess I'm done with you. It's a little short, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yellowstone's
Thanks for
on. I
having
kept
us.
forgetting
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah. We just talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Are you Yellowstone fans?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you watched was the Mayor of Kingstown? Have you seen that show?
Previews, but we haven't actually sat down and watched
I didn't
it.
watch the first episode.
Maybe we did.
Yeah.
We may
Yeah.
have.
But the Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone looks like it'd be a pretty good one.
Oh, yeah, that new one.
Yeah.
Which I like Sylvester Stallone, but
My niece, Zanlin, just texted me. She says, Uncle Jeff, I bet if you give us traps, we can catch 15 muskrats. We're watching your video.
yeah,
So,
I have no doubt on that.
all right, I'll tell you what, Zanlin, I'll make you a deal. I will loan you some conibears, and I got some 1.5 coil springs. I will loan you, and if you catch 15 muskrats, I don't know, I'll take you out for ice cream or something. Maybe I'll tan them. Maybe I'll tan one for whoever helps you. If your sisters help you, then I'll tan them. I'll scrape them and tan them, and I'll give them to you. How's that? That'd be all right.
I bet they'd like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. But anyways, yeah. Are you gonna try to tan any of your fur, Rachel?
I want to. Yes, I want to.
Yeah.
The first things that I catch, I think I do want to tan and keep just to have for the first ones, even if they're not amazing, but just because it's the first one.
I do regret not doing that.
Oh, you do regret not doing that?
Yeah. Something just keepsake, but yeah.
So yeah, I'll say I'm gonna do that. That's my plan anyway.
She wants to make a muskrat blanket with the 300.
You can definitely do that. You can definitely do
Yeah.
that. If you catch your 300. But
Inside and out.
yeah.
I don't know. Like I was talking about our friends that we know. I think they've got a fur of every animal that they've ever caught, and it's kind of cool because they have them on display.
Yep.
And I mean,
No coat hangers.
yeah,
Yeah, they got, coyote, fox, gray fox, red fox, gray fox, skunk, coon. I think they got a cinnamon coon,
yeah.
beaver, muskrat.
They've got a lot.
Yeah, they have,
I think he has badger too,
badger.
and that one was neat. I thought, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably want to do something like that just to have the memory of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I
and you
definitely
can
see-
make it hair ties, or the girls got beaver earmuffs, beaver fur earmuffs. I got them for Christmas.
really.
Yeah. I bought them from that was that Billy Doris. I bought
Yeah.
them from
Yeah.
him on his website.
Yeah. It's him and his brother. Is it Billy and Bobby or Billy?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I talked to both of them. They're really nice guys. I mean, like when I first started getting the trapping, and they gave me some pointers, and they did you really need what they make sale, which is fine. I tried it. There's a pretty good funny story with the first time I ever got with the buffalo oil, but yeah, it's good stuff. Very good stuff.
Yep.
You don't get it on your hands for a while.
Yeah.
It's sticky.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
you'll have to when you come down, we'll go through and let you smell all the array of lures that I have. I've got some
Yeah.
good stuff. You got some Gusto, Aaron? Has she ever smelt Gusto from Minnesota?
Mm-mm.
I got some. I think I got some, but I don't think she'd ever smelled it. But that's
Oh,
tough.
yeah. That and Violator 7 is some wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Gusto it's kind of like that. It might be a little bit worse than a buffalo oil. It's kind of,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I took a kid with me. Well, he's not a kid no more. He graduated high school, but he wanted to go trapping with me. It's when I caught the double red foxes, and he wanted to go with me. And I was like, yeah, come on, go. And we get the I set the trap. Didn't get enough that morning. Next morning, he comes out running my truck, and I go with you. I'm like, yeah, you go with me. Come on. We jump in my truck, and he's like, oh, you got red fox. Oh, you got two of them. So anyways, we go reset this, and I put that Gusto in there, and he's like, whoo, that stinks.
Yeah.
You got to pay the price to get what you want, buddy.
Yep. Yep.
That stinks.
Oh yeah.
But he got hooked on trapping.
Yeah. See, the
It's
deal with
fun to people.
the deal with muskrat lure and bait, it smells good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all
Some
fruity and
coon stuff smells good.
yeah.
You ever I think it's called moonshine.
I've never used
They
it.
use for coons. I can't think of the brand name of it, but it's really good, and it's like you want to eat it. It smells so good.
Yeah.
I won't, but it smells really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only time, like when I put my DPs out, I kind of put DPs out sometimes to protect my dirt hole sets so the coons don't get in it and wreck it. But I got a big jug of salmon oil, which I'm about out. I use that and just whole kernel corn, put my DPs, sling salmon oil everywhere, and I get
Yeah.
pretty good luck with it usually.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't.
can't go wrong with that.
I don't like. I mean, I'm not an active coon trapper, but if a landowner's like, ah, you got to get these coons out of here too, then I'll load up the DPs and go to town. So,
Yeah,
but
He mentioned about trying to do a raccoon just because he
Yeah.
wants to get it.
I want to get a raccoon, mount it, get it stuffed, and we're eating a bag of Ruffles.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so it goes way back when it's like me and a buddy of mine, we were four-wheeler riding down to Columbia Finger Lakes, and anyways, I woke up in the middle of the night, he's screaming, hollering at the top of his lungs, and woke me up. And I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "The coons, they got my Ruffles." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Coons, they got my Ruffles." And he's cussing at him and going on, carrying on. I'm like, "What do you mean you got your Ruffles?" He goes, "You stole my bag of Ruffles." So that's my story. Why I want to go into a bag of Ruffles with a coon, because that story always sticks with me. So it's
Heck
just
yeah.
funny.
Heck yeah.
But
No,
Yeah.
let's see. I really don't. I've got everything mounted that I wanted to get like a soft mount of a coyote. You ever saw those? You ever seen those? It's like the head is like got the skull in it, but it's mounted or stuffed soft like a pillow.
oh really?
And
Really?
then like you can put it on the back of your couch and then like pose it like it's asleep or whatever. But
Yeah,
Huh.
that'd be pretty cool.
I think somebody had one on Facebook that they done look really good, and somebody asked them the price. I think it was like $600
Yeah,
to get
Yeah.
that done, which is it's got to be a ton of work. It has to be a ton
Yeah.
of work, but I don't know. Maybe I'll win the lottery someday and I can have all that stuff. But
I got a coyote pedestal mount. I like it. But
Yeah, it is pretty.
yeah, I don't. This one here, Mike Kimmel from La Plata did that bobcat for me. I don't know. That's 4 years ago, I think. But and then of course my deer. I'm not a big shoulder mount guy. For one, I mean, Millicent told me that she's not going to clean them. She's like, they're hard to clean, and they are. So I just do the
Yeah.
European mounts where I can dust them off real quick and,
Yeah.
and keep moving. And then my fish, right there, I caught that at a farm pond down by Columbia, by Roachport, actually. And then a guy who doesn't live in the plate anymore, it's, what is it? Is it Creek Nation Taxidermy? I went to school with his daughter. She was a year older than I was. Him and his brother were world or like national champion, just like mounts. They would do fish mounts, and he ended up moving up to Iowa because his daughter lives in Iowa. So, old John McGee, that's who done that fish. He did 2 fish for us. My brother caught a 10-pound bass. Of course, called me, and I'd been into the adult beverages. And so I was like, well, I'll pay to get it mounted. And he's like, okay. So we took it to John. John did him and his brother did a fantastic job on it. Well, I guess one of my brother's dogs, it had fell off the wall, and the dog had got it and just destroyed it. I mean, just chewed it up. And Harold was like, there's no saving it. And so the dog hasn't got mine yet, but I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah.
He's got his,
York-
but I have no idea how to clean it. Needs cleaned.
yeah, mine needs clean. It's got dust. I don't know what people use to clean them with.
I just get a real soft bristle brush.
Yeah,
A fish? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Yeah, and then just maybe get some canned air and spray it, like you clean computers and stuff with.
Yeah. I didn't think
Yeah.
about that. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
That's
yeah. It collects some dust on it. I just was always scared to rub anything on it or whatever, break something on it or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I could get the can of air. Try that.
okay. Well, York just texted me and said, okay, you have all 3 girls ready to trap 15 muskrats. That equals frostbites and furs. Oh, man. I'm too nice of a guy. No, that's all right. Them little princesses want it. They'll probably get it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I'm sure they'll accomplish it though too.
They will.
Yeah.
Man, them girls are outdoors all the time. I can't believe
Yeah.
it. They're go-getters. They're go-getters. But
Well, I think the night when Rachel made a deal with 300, they were out there shooting BB guns,
Yeah.
seeing who could get the better shot. They're both good shots, or all three of them are good shots, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man, they're ornery.
yeah,
Oh, Uncle York, he's got his hands
yeah.
full, and them girls get older. They're gonna be wild. But it's good for him. It's definitely good for
Yeah.
him. He deserves it. He was pretty wild. But
His mom would probably say he had it coming.
yeah, yep, he definitely does. Definitely does. But all right, well, I guess we'll just wrap it up. That way we can go get upstairs and get to watching Yellowstone. How'd that be?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
sounds good.
All right, Rachel, Aaron, thank you very much for stopping in and being my guest. It was a lot of fun talking to you. So we've changed the number to 20. Is that what I?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
20,
agree.
20 muskrats. So if you
Yep.
catch your 20 before you come down here, then we're gonna have to put a bounty on them up here. We'll say 5. If you've already caught your 20, then you got to catch 5 here, and then we'll go.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm a
I'll
big
take that
meanie.
off.
You seen what I did, so.
I'll agree to that. I
right,
appreciate you having us on too.
Hey,
Yep,
no
thank
problem. No problems. We'll
Yep.
we'll have you back on after the season so you can give us a
Tell you what I
recap.
learned.
Yep, tell us what you learned and what you're gonna, what number you're gonna go for next year, and we'll
Okay.
go from there.
Fair enough. I'll work my way up.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. And
You too.
we'll,
Thank you.
yep, we'll heart you
Yep,
later.
thank you.
All right. Later.
Yep, bye.